Level 1. The Arrival. You never thought today would happen. Just a few hours ago, you were living a normal life. You could go wherever you wanted, talk to whoever you wanted, eat whatever you wanted. Now, everything has changed. You sit silently in the back of a prison transport bus. Your hands are cuffed. Your heart is racing. Nobody speaks. Nobody looks at each other. The atmosphere is heavy. Every person on this bus knows exactly where they're going, and nobody is excited to get there. You try looking through the small window. At first, you see normal streets, cars, stores, people walking around, living their lives. Then slowly, the city disappears. Buildings become less common, the roads become emptier. And then you see it, a massive concrete wall, surrounded by fences, guard towers, barbed wire. The prison. Your stomach immediately drops. This is no longer a bad dream, this is reality. The bus slowly approaches the main gate. As the vehicle gets closer, the prison somehow looks even bigger, even colder, even more intimidating. You suddenly realize something. You aren't visiting this place. You are staying here. The gate begins opening. The sound is deafening, metal grinding against metal. The bus enters. Then the gate closes behind you. Clang. That sound hits harder than anything else, because deep down, you know exactly what it means. You're trapped. The bus finally stops. A guard stands up. His voice is loud, cold, emotionless. Everybody out. Nobody argues. Nobody hesitates. You step outside. The air feels different, heavier, almost suffocating. Guards immediately begin shouting instructions. Move here, stand there, face forward. No talking, no excuses, no questions. For the first time in your life, you feel completely powerless. A few minutes later, processing begins. One by one, they take everything. Your phone, gone. Your wallet, gone. Your watch, gone. Your personal belongings disappear into a plastic container. Every item feels like a piece of your old life being removed. You suddenly realize how much freedom those small objects represented. Now they're gone, and there is nothing you can do about it. A guard throws a prison uniform onto the table. You stare at it. For a moment, you don't move, because once you put it on, everything becomes real. No more denial, no more pretending, no more hope that this is all some misunderstanding. You slowly change clothes, and when you look into the mirror, you barely recognize yourself. Hours later, a guard escorts you through the prison corridors. This is when something strange happens. People start looking at you. At first, it's only one inmate, then another, then dozens. From cells, from hallways, from staircases. Everywhere you look, someone is watching. Some laugh, some whisper, some simply stare. You suddenly become very aware of how you're walking, how you're standing. It feels like the entire prison knows you're new, and maybe they do. Eventually you arrive at your cell. The guard unlocks the door. The metal door slowly swings open. Inside sits another inmate. He's sitting quietly on the lower bunk, waiting, watching. He slowly lifts his head and looks directly at you. Neither of you says a word. The silence feels uncomfortable, almost painful. You don't know who he is. You don't know why he's here. You don't know if he's friendly. You don't know if he's dangerous. All you know is that for the foreseeable future, you'll be sharing this tiny room together. The guard steps backward. The door closes. Clang. Now it's just the two of you, alone. That night, sleep refuses to come. You lie awake staring at the ceiling, listening to distant footsteps, metal doors, voices echoing through the corridors. Every sound reminds you where you are. Hours pass, then something catches your attention. You glance across the room and notice another inmate standing outside the bars, perfectly still, watching your cell, watching you. For several seconds, neither of you moves. Then he slowly turns around and disappears into the darkness. And that's when a terrifying thought enters your mind. Why was he watching you? Level 2. The next morning, you wake up exhausted. You barely slept. Every strange sound kept pulling you awake. For a moment, you forget where you are. Then you see the concrete walls, the metal bars, the prison uniform, and reality hits you all over again. You're in prison. As you get ready for breakfast, you can't stop thinking about the man you saw last night. The one standing outside your cell, watching, waiting, then disappearing into the darkness. The more you think about it, the more uncomfortable you become. Why was he there? Was he watching everyone? Or was he watching you? The prison cafeteria is louder than you expected. Hundreds of voices, metal trays hitting tables, guards shouting orders. The room feels chaotic. You grab your tray and begin looking for a place to sit. Then you notice something strange. Several inmates stop talking when you walk past. Some glance at you. Others whisper to each other. You pretend not to notice, but deep down you know something isn't right. You sit alone, trying to avoid attention, trying to stay invisible. But invisibility is impossible, especially for a new prisoner. Across the room, a group of inmates keeps looking in your direction. Every few seconds, one of them turns his head. Then another, then another. They're not even trying to hide it. They're watching you. For the rest of the day, the same thing happens. In the yard, in the hallways, near the gym, near the cells. You keep seeing the same faces, the same stares, the same whispers. At first you tell yourself it's your imagination. But eventually, you can't ignore it anymore. Someone is interested in you. The deal. The man glances down both ends of the corridor, making sure nobody is listening. Then he lowers his voice. Listen carefully. You move closer. Every word suddenly feels important. The people chasing you, he says, they don't care about respect. They don't care about fairness. They only care about power. A chill runs through your body because everything he's saying feels true. You've already seen it. The cafeteria fight wasn't random. It was a test. And you failed. The man crosses his arms. For now, they won't touch you. You blink. What do you mean? A small smile appears on his face. Because they'll know you're under my protection. For the first time since arriving in prison, you feel something you haven't felt in days. Relief. Maybe even hope. The next morning, you notice a change immediately. The same gang members are still watching, but something is different. Nobody approaches. Nobody starts trouble. Nobody bumps into you. Nobody threatens you. The rumors spread fast. The feared crime boss has taken an interest in the new prisoner. And suddenly, everyone starts treating you differently. Days pass. The pressure slowly fades, but the man keeps visiting. Sometimes for 5 minutes, sometimes for an hour. The more you talk, the more you realize something. He's not just protecting you, he's studying you, testing you, trying to understand who you are. Then one evening, he says something strange. Something that changes everything. I won't always be here. You stare at him, confused. What do you mean? The man leans forward. His eyes lock onto yours, and for the first time, his expression becomes serious. One day, he says quietly, you'll have to protect yourself. Then he stands up, turns around, and begins walking away, leaving you alone with a single question. What exactly is he preparing you for? The test. The mentor has disappeared. At first, you tell yourself he'll come back. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. But deep down, you know something has changed. For the first time since arriving in prison, you are completely on your own. The gangs notice immediately. They always do. Predators can sense weakness, and they can sense when protection is gone. The stares return, the whispers return, the feeling of being watched returns. Only this time, nobody is standing between you and them. One afternoon in the prison yard, it finally happens. 3 gang members approach, slowly, confidently, like they already know how this will end. Other inmates begin watching. Nobody intervenes. Nobody speaks. The entire yard seems to go silent. One gang member steps forward. The same one who embarrassed you weeks ago. The same one who made you look weak. A smile spreads across his face. You don't have your bodyguard anymore. The others laugh. A few weeks ago, those words would have terrified you. But something feels different now. You remember the lessons, the observations, the training, the conversations. The mentor's voice echoes in your mind. Stay calm. The gang member shoves you, hard, waiting for you to panic, waiting for you to make a mistake. But you don't. For the first time, you remain completely calm. The second gang member moves closer, trying to intimidate you, trying to force fear into your mind. But now you see things differently. You notice their movements, their body language, their confidence, and something surprises you. They're not fearless. They're expecting an easy victory. Then the first punch comes, fast, aggressive. But this time, you are ready. The training works. You react. You stay focused. You stay controlled. And within moments, the situation changes completely. The gang members expected the old version of you, the scared version, the weak version. Instead, they meet someone new, someone who refuses to break. When the confrontation finally ends, the entire yard is staring. Nobody expected this outcome. Not the gangs, not the prisoners, not even you. That night, rumors spread through the prison. The new prisoner fought back and won. For the first time, people stop seeing you as prey. They start seeing you as a threat. But while respect is growing, something else is happening. Somewhere deep inside the prison, one man hears your name. A man far more dangerous than anyone you've faced before. The leader of the largest gang in the prison.